Well, hello. It's time to continue with the Talos principle. So, what's left of South 1 is puzzle number 7, 8, and then there's the two statues. There's the Pandora statue and there's the Sphinx statue. The Sphinx required me to find some form of set of buttons and click some of them on. The Pandora I've pretty much solved. And remember, it's from puzzle 1 or 2, we can light up a beam somewhere like around there, and then I'm going to have to find another one who can connect from like there all the way there, closing the circuitry and doing the Pandora. But that's something to do after all of this. So let's begin with what is this puzzle? So it looks like we're gonna need a jammer. I saw a jammer on the other side. There's a bunch of switches, which we have for 2 connectors. Not sure why I did that, but hey, I can take both of these boxes with me. Lovely, but I'm going to need at least one of them for later, so I can get the jammer. Or actually, the jammer might be able to jam from here. Anyway, let's swap. This does unlock this. Only problem with that is, of course... Boom. Oh! Interesting. So I can unlock both this one and that one using a single of these. But it would require me to use another relay, which is not optimal. So I could trade this in for another relay. Let's start by doing that. Well, let's do that. So now, this one just needs to be connected to that, but it doesn't need to be connected to that. But still, I don't see how that's gonna help me really. I would love to have another... I would love to have another material, as I'm currently thinking. I'll keep that one, I'll do this, because with this I can get... like, the teleport is gonna be so crucial. I put in the teleporter there, I only needed to temporarily deal with that, this barrier, and I can walk all the way through, grab the pajama and teleport through it. They make a lot of noise. So the interesting part is going to be whether or not, or the difficult part is how do I... I could use the jammer to jam this one instead, but to do that, I'm already using 2 of the prisms. Or I'm not using 2 of the prisms, but like if I put it there, I could jam that, but then I can't escape. I would be able to escape if I had the teleporter here, but I don't have the teleporter here, because it's there. Both of these are connectors, they're not accumulators. If they were accumulators, I could just have put an accumulator there. Hello, Devsa. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your stay. Now I do have cubes. But 1 cube does not give me enough elevation in order to hook that beam up to this while being on something here. So let's switch in for a box. What can I do with a little box? Let me do this instead. Yeah, that did not work as I wanted it to. I'm gonna do that. A bit less slim. This is actually good. It's not enough for me to have something on here. There's no copy of me, but at least I've powered this up on this side, which I'm going to take as a premature victory. So what's the next step now? Can I do something cool with the teleporter? I can do something cool with the teleporter. Because I can put the teleporter there, get here, put that there, teleport out of here, teleport out of here, and that's that. I trade this for a cube, and that's it. Nice. Second to last puzzle.
Convoluted.
Ah! Once you figure out the trick, it wasn't that convoluted, Melville. And indeed, I was gaming all over them. So now it's time for number 8. But I've been here before. Oh right, I remember number 8. It was the first one I actually attended 2 days ago. Or no, yeah, tried to solve. But then I didn't know that the teleporters were teleporters. So let's start with that. Now I know you're a teleporter and I know how you work as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Because now I know I can do that. And with that, I can prematurely do this. Now I can do that. Boom. Stand here, teleport out. Good. Now I've smuggled everything out. Well, hello, Yakut. So, what's next up for me? Next up for me is to try to get things... Oh, right. I can get the power beam through as well because of the lovely teleporter. I'm gonna start with that. I think I'm gonna do this. It's so close to me being able to utilize that. I know what I can do. That one is so flat. I can jump up on here, do that, grab the teleporter, get here, put down the teleporter, and now I can very easily get up there. Nice. Now my problem is just how do I want to put the teleporter onto that, but I still need to get up here. So I think what I do, keep connections, teleport up here, put it down there. Nice. Now I can do this, do that, keep connections, put it on there. So placing the teleporter on the box is... Yeah, the problem with that would have been if I put the teleporter on the box, I could not have put the connector onto the teleporter onto the box, because the locking mechanic only works on top of the box. So if there's one thing in between, that's not gonna work. Right. All of that. With all of that done, now it is time to redo Pandora, and also you definitely have to play this game if you haven't. And don't watch this stream too much. You don't want to get yourself spoiled, because like I'm halfway through the story, so you're gonna spoil yourself if you keep at it. Also, you're gonna spoil the puzzles. Dun. Now all I need to do for this one is I need to create the green beam. And hook it up over there. At least that's what I... Why did I need to do that again? I completely... Thank you, Dabsa. I hope you have a nice rest of your day, evening, or whatever time it is. I could swear this was the puzzle I hooked up here onto that. But maybe I did. Maybe I gave it like a blue or a red. Maybe I gave it like a blue or a red. And... No, right, that's how I got the green beam. I got the green beam from the down there. So now all I gotta do is just grab all the materials through with the teleporter. That's nice that I don't need to do the rest of the puzzle. So, boom. Let's hook you up. Nice. Now we gotta find another puzzle which has a decent vantage point on both the two remaining, which is actually gonna be a bit difficult. So that one has, like, from underneath the hand. But I need a clear view of this as well. What puzzle? This is like the only puzzle that has that. But I don't remember this puzzle having beams. It doesn't. So the question is, can I smuggle the beam? Oh no, a connector. I don't think smuggling a connector is the correct approach. So what could it be then? What puzzle? Maybe puzzle 8. Puzzle 8 can definitely see that. I don't know if puzzle 8 can see that one though. I don't think I can fall from that much high of a height. Maybe the water will help. No clue. And I randomly found Prometheus's flame. Nice. Let's see. Nah, I don't see a beam in there. That was unintended. Please don't tell me I gotta redo that. Okay, I have to be way more careful. So nice that it actually doesn't make me need to do any part of the puzzle to retry this. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm going to presume it is a puzzle 8 that I need to go to now. Guess this is the moment of truth. Puzzle 8 does not appear to have a view. This is good. This one is the actually more difficult one to find a puzzle that can see it. Might be this puzzle then. So nice you can run backwards. The game got an update, version 1.1.0, like yesterday. And they added a lot of quality of life stuff, which is nice that they care. All of these are unlocked, but what I'm looking for is a potential connector. All I see is a teleporter and a box. I don't actually see anything else. So this is not the puzzle. But it has to be close, right? I guess maybe it was closer to puzzle 2 than I estimated. I'm just going around in a circle now. I need to go on the wooden bridge. And while I'm at it, I can't forget that I need to find the button panel. The button panel is the secret to life. Alright, so puzzle 5, you do not have a connector. So given the struggle I have to find a connector, does that mean that whatever puzzle I'm going to have to utilize, it might actually be I need to smuggle out a connector from puzzle? Oh.
In the early days, humankind lived in a world of unexplained wonders and terrors. The powers of the elements were understood in terms of gods and spirits. After all, how else could one explain thunderstorms and earthquakes? But as the realm of scientific knowledge expanded, the realm of the mystical began to shrink. The sacred grove, as Hegel wrote, was reduced to mere timber. But as superstition retreated, another thing was lost: meaning. In a purely mechanical universe, people yearned for the comfort provided by gods and spirits. But there was no way back.
But what about the beauty of the universe? The perfection of everything around us, couldn't they see that?
Not sure I can see that, Miranda. But I do think there was another way, a way forward instead of back. Faith not in an invisible world, but in ourselves, in each other, in the inherent value of consciousness and civilization. They never really found it, but I think that in those last months when their whole species was dying, they caught a glimpse of it. And that's how your mother was born.
Well, I have an accumulator, and that might actually be what I need to do. But for this to work, I need to now find a perspective where I can see the thing below. Which I can't. But I might be able to escape this place instead. Is there a way for me to escape with the accumulator? That would be good. That would be really good. That would solve all my issues. Good. Let's put you down there. Let's just take this one, because why not? Oh, you're completely closed off. You do not open up. There's no mechanic for me to control either. It feels like I'm so close. Where's that? No, I can't select that. Otherwise I was thinking if maybe there's another peak. But it doesn't look like it. So is there just no way for me to escape with the accumulator? I need to get lower. Way lower. And I don't want to reset. That would be annoying. Very annoying. So let me get down with the accumulator again. Maybe I can Because I've charged it now. I need to just get lower. But it doesn't look like that's the way. Ah, that's such a shame. Or is it? Because with an accumulator there, is that good enough? So where do I need to... Boom. If I can just find the green beam from in here, that could be it. So the green beam is there, so this might be... Keep connections. There you are. Ah, so it was puzzle 4 after all. That held the secret to Pandora. Now I just can't afford to die. And that's way too deep for my robotic body. And once again, the Sphinx is giving us the most difficult puzzles. Because I have no clue what set where the buttons could be. It's always turned out to not be too difficult to actually find these things as soon as you decoded it. But let's hear what Pandora says.
If humankind had no more cause for war, it would make war for sport instead.
Yes. That was not a lot, but okay. Okay, S1 engraving. We see some form of button panel. Or is it, yeah, it's some form of panel. But it doesn't help that, unlike the others, this one doesn't tell me where it is. I've not seen a cubic layout anywhere, really. At least what I can recall. I think what I'm gonna do is go into there, activate the beam and all, because maybe one place where I haven't been, where they could potentially hide a cubic puzzle like that, would be, well, there. Can I get to it through a less tedious method? Does it actually have to be this tedious? I guess I have to walk the long way. This is a split path. Things could hide here. But it doesn't look like it's hiding here, so I'll go with the other path, which lets me in a more direct manner to where I'm curious about going. The fact I cannot walk over here is not a good sign. The fact it remains shallow randomly all the way here is also not a good sign. Oh! Just dancing humans with low poly bodies. No achievement or anything, just that's it. Well, okay then. Guess I didn't need to be too worried. Oh. A crashed airplane. None of the secrets have been in the lab so far, but I think it's going to continue not being in there. That will feel a bit too inconsistent. Or not too inconsistent, but random. Oh, but you were laggy today. And now I should just be able to run into the beam like that. Yeah, that's a good quality of life update. The Sphinx.
Welcome back, creature of clay. The forge burns bright, but the sky is troubled with clouds. A mortal has ascended Olympus without the permission of Zeus. Your friend wanders in dreams, caught between moments. He stands upon the bridge between yesterday and tomorrow, his eyes fixed upon the surface of the sun, and so the workings of Olympus are disrupted. Pandora, fearing the wrath of the gods, has broken the paths to ascension. Only Prometheus can help you. For he has always favored humankind over the gods, and would see Olympus pass into your hands. But he is bound in the heart of the mountain. Break his chains, and he will show you the way.
So the Sphinx seems to be a neutral third party. Or maybe...
I think it's safe to assume that Olympus is the entity's term for the megastructure. It looks like our best chance of rescuing Byron is finding Prometheus and freeing him.
How do you free a weird, glowing ghost thing?
I suspect these entities exist within the megastructure systems, and what we're seeing is just how they manifest to communicate with us.
I don't really care what they are. For now, let's play along.
Is potentially the Sphinx's puzzle related to... No, it doesn't look like that way. But where... oh. Where could this array of squares be? I don't feel like it's worth actually looking for. Not for now, at least. This area is not fun to traverse because of the water. That place has square-ish things, but I don't think it is the right... Resolution is the wrong word, but I don't think it has the right size. I guess that's the best way to put it. Let's head to South 2.
You know, I always kind of resented Byron for being so charming and charismatic. The dashing explorer, and one of the first companions, too. Being the voice of caution is not a fun role to play. Always having to be the responsible one, the killjoy. The one who says, maybe that's too much. But sometimes, it is too much.
It's not your fault, Al.
I gotta talk more to Al. That's an interesting structure, and it's just floating. Because, cause.
In this area, we have an especially weird problem. Something in one of the labs is going completely bananas, and I can't shut it down because I'm not, well, you. Come find me when you're ready. What is it with the language libraries and bananas?
Let's start. We might as well start with the lab. Like, why not? Lab looks kind of far away, so if I do happen to come across a puzzle or two as I'm heading towards the lab, I might as well do them. Now, this place looks a lot more traversable though. And I can see immediately what the gimmick is going to be of this place. Gravity. Yeah, these gravity flips reminds me a lot about the perspective flips of Portal 1, and Portal 2's flips are just way better, so yeah, I wish they would change the flips to work kind of like Portal 2, which is a lot quicker and snappier. Okay, that's how you work. Good to know. Don't see what I'm supposed to do. That's good to know. Okay, wait, was that actually it? Was that the entire puzzle? I guess it was. But man, it is disorienting with the gravity.
If the language of creation is a kind of melody, maybe that's why we respond to music the way we do. Because we recognize something that can't be expressed in any other way. And when we play music, we participate in something ancient, in an act of creation.
I like where you're going with your train of thought. Alright, I need 2 for that. I need 1 object for that. And I have exactly 1 object for to do that, but it doesn't help me. Oh, this is gonna be so confusing to actually solve these puzzles. I'm not looking forward to it. Like this will... Where is the second element? I guess that is how I need to do things. Swap items. Boom. I can use this as a double whammy. Nice. Now I have an accumulator, which I can use to give that the big zuck later. Now, I can also another trading post there, which is for a jammer, which is most likely what I'm going to need right now. Swap items. Dislodge myself. And with this, I now have 2 items. Can do that. Now I would just need the accumulator though. Can I trade anything for the accumulator? Yeah, I don't need you anymore. But you give me the fan, you don't give me the accumulator. So what I think I need to do, I need to swap those two. So if the fan goes back there and the accumulator goes there. So... that is simply done by switching here, switching the item, dislodge, walk backwards, jump up, boom, and now I can go back here, get the jammer, cat jam, we cat with the jam. Oh, let's just do that, because you I can turn into the accumulator, dislodge from gravity in a non-nauseating manner. Right. Let's start by doing it like that, connect like that, do this. Fantastic, now I have that, now I use the jammer to grab that, and this took me longer than it should have, but also there was just a lot of steps. Oh. I need... yeah, I need to do another item swap, where I swap like this, to get an item that I can swap like that. Which I can now swap back. Which I can do that, and I can use this now because I don't need the gravitational funnel beam. And good. Also, this puzzle didn't use green, which means there might not be a Pandora on this world map or whatever. So we're getting closer to the lab. This is puzzle number 7. Might as well keep doing this. Delivery. What is the key to delivery? You have a fan and will most likely need later. Okay, this is... alright, to have the fan on, that needs to be off. Good to know for the future. Now I can just do this. I can use the fan to get you out. I don't think I need the fan right now. So where are the anti-gravity? There's the anti-gravity. I could use it to get myself a box. Yeah. I believe that is currently what I need to do. Which means I'll just... I think I'd rather trade in a fan than a cube. I mean, it's reversible anyhow, so not like it really matters. Good, now I have that, I can take you out. And now... because of that... I haven't seen a second... connector, which is a bit befuddling. I was supposed to hook that up. It's not befuddling if my aim is to get the connector there. That would have the shot of a clear view over both. And the way to probably get that is to use the gravity beam there. That's what I'm going to assume. So I'll use the gravity beam there. I'll connect all three because why not? Nothing is going to disrupt this. And now, what I need is the fan. I need the fan. But I also... Yeah, this is not gonna work, so I need a box as well. I'm gonna need a box. And... I need that beam 100%. So how do I get this box out of here? I believe the way to get the box out of there is like this. Now, that's all flying. I'm in here, and I can access that. Lovely, and that's gonna stay still there. But now I have this one to use instead. Because the fan is actually completely useless now, and I might just as well do... Yeah, that's it. Nice puzzle. Lots of going back and forth. With basically shuffling between the same
Every one of
items.
these clouds seems to contain exactly the same amount of energy.
There you are, Melville.
There you are. Good. Inside this lab, there's a machine. As usual, I have no idea what it is. Some sort of generator, if I had to guess. When Byron got stuck in the system, it went haywire. It's currently outputting enough energy to power all of New Jerusalem twice. As you can imagine, that's causing quite a bit of interference. You go in there and you switch it off. Shouldn't be hard.
Oh, thanks for that, I guess. Yes, it has indeed gone haywire. Looks like Tesla coils. What? I mean... Okay. I guess I'm playing a terminal game. Okay, What is this? I'm so confused what's going on right now. Hmm. I mean, guess that. I'm so confused what actually
The
that
flame is not
thing was
yours
about.
to wield, creature of clay. Touch it, and you will burn.
Looks like force fields. Might be what the next area is going to be about. But I did it, which is nice. And there was a lot of parallels to what's going
dealing
on.
with this hyper-advanced technology is quite challenging enough without the place also being bloody haunted. When I said it was outputting enough energy for 2 new Jerusalems, I wasn't kidding. It really was. And no emissions of any kind. I'd have to run more tests, but it seems like a perfect power source. True, but that was user error. Anything can be used badly. Pellegrino once almost killed himself with a bucket. But I'm pretty sure I could idiot-proof this thing if they let me. Oh well, we'll see.
Noticing a bit of random lag, but okay. That's still very interesting, everything that's going on. Okay, we have a Prometheus in this one. And I see purple there as well. I might as well bump the Prometheus one to the next place. But it doesn't go closer to any other signs. So I guess I'm just going like way... Maybe that is Prometheus? I think. At the top. Oh no. Really? You're gonna make me do anti-grav just for Prometheus' little chase. I had to land there, up there as well. That's BS. You know, it's becoming a bit more worrying. Although I've still a lot to explore here, it is looking like it's gonna be another Sphinx world. Oh, that's Prometheus Flame. Come on. There you go. I'm just gonna take a quick detour for this data terminal. Oh, stars as well, so maybe... Oh, that's nice. They've added stars for things you haven't actually read or listened to. Oh, I like the devs.
After we talked about science fiction, Alex gave me a book. Her favorite book, a novel called Athena. It's not exactly what I'm used to reading, but it's pretty good. And it really made me wonder how we're going to be perceived if this project works out. Are we going to be mythologized? Is Alexandra going to be this distant mythical figure instead of the real, funny, human person that she is?
Yes.
It's hard to imagine that we'll all have been dead for hundreds of years. Man, I'm scared. I'm really scared. I don't want to die.
Luckily we know we are dealing with a Pandora and not a Sphinx. This is a long line of chains. Is it you, Al? Okay, good. Let me talk to you.
What can I do for you? I do. Although I prefer the term interactive fiction. It's better at capturing what this art form really is. Storytelling, but with a completely different underlying structure. As a category, it's more equivalent to poetry or the novel, rather than, say, film. Why not? Because I'm a joyless, by-the-book pencil pusher?
That's not what I mean.
I'm focused on the mission, 1K. Because what we're doing here, that doesn't mean I don't have my own interests or don't appreciate art. Anything else?
Why is it that every time I want to talk to him, the option I want to go for is either not there or he misinterprets it heavily because I don't get to say everything that I want to say.
Come on, out with it. What's the problem?
I know you're very busy, but you need to pay more attention to what's happening. Everything's slowing down. People are losing track of the bigger picture.
They're still traumatized by New Alexandria.
It's more than that. When I organized the last expedition, I had real trouble finding volunteers. There's no enthusiasm for the outside world anymore. They want to look away from history, pretend there's no past and no future. I'm really worried, Athena.
Okay. I promise I'll look into it as soon as I'm done with this.
Wait a minute. Those things mean Byron has been here. Because those things are always memories from this actual place. And why is nobody commenting on it? Or is it supposed to indicate that this is where Athena sat
for a better world,
and pondered about what she was talked about?
Intensity that your heart suffers. Keep your eyes on that distant vision even when you know that you may never reach it.
Yeah, there was only one shadow, so I'm going to presume that's basically where Athena sat and thought about what Byron said. No, That doesn't make sense either. Why was there only one person, one shadow, and why is Byron in the voice recording? And I know this one is probably gonna have green, and I'm gonna hook it up to the thing over there. Right? I'm seeing a blue. I'm seeing a green. Maybe I'm going to relay blue and I'll make it green in another chamber. So... you give me a fan. And... that's it? I get a fan? Must be something really... there's nothing out here that I can use. But that exists. So with that, I can't fully hook it up, but I could do that, and now I can get out and manipulate it with the gravity beam. So I'll start by zucking it up, but now I need a reverse method, which I do not possess. Or maybe it turns out that I'm actually just an idiot, because I think that is currently what's happening. Boom. Boom. Connect. Yeah. I can jump out as well like that. Hardcore parkour. Now I realize that I probably need to jump back up there to also...
I've known Byron since day one. I was the first to be born with upgrades from the original Soma design, and he was the first to volunteer to upgrade his existing body.
Yeah, he was a big supporter of upgrades. Deliberate evolution, he called it.
Athena and Cornelius were very kind to me. And so was Byron, but he also made fun of me. And oddly enough, that made me feel more like an equal than anything the others said.
I get that. If you never face any form of signs of camaraderie, it can feel almost like they are talking down to you. That they're only treating you, you know, being very cautious with you and being like very, oh, it's so nice. Like, oh, it's so nice to see you, or it's so nice to meet you, and oh, you're doing so well. It can be a bit derogatory if nobody actually dares to tell you the truth. Which Byron did. Poor Melville. And where, how on earth do I get up there? I'm going to guess there's a secret entrance further down. Surely that has to be it. This is way too long to travel for a secret entrance. Well, this is definitely... There we have the fuser. So I need to get up there. And is the only way to get up there hardcore parkour, or is there a more natural way to ascend? I guess this wasn't too difficult. No, don't. That means also I'm gonna have to hardcore parkour to the other place, but there was a blocker, which means there is an entrance somewhere. I just don't know where the entrance is. So let's get the fuser, and this is the puzzle probably where I'll get a red beam to fuse it with. Good, let's not do anything dumb this time. Nice. Now it's back to try to find the secret entrance where I have to go with my little beam. Or with my merger. It's been a long time since I had to play with one. And this looks at least kinda possible to get up. That was not an entrance. Oh, that's how I get up there. I need a gravity beam as well. And the gravity beam might be in here. In the bonus puzzle. Well, I found a gravity beam. Let's start with that. To see exactly what I have to do and set things up. These puzzles are getting a lot more out of the way. Oh, that's an inverter. So I don't need a beam. Because I can just do this. Select. Put down. L. Boom. And boom and boom. Nice. That was less hassle than I thought it would be, which is always nice. Let's see what you have to say, Pandora.
The honest philosopher is rewarded with poison. The hypocrite is rewarded with power.
Kind of true, actually. Which is sad, but... oh well. Right, so I want to get to the other place. Let's start by grabbing the cube. Thank you. Now I'll... I need more height. Oh. I can't do that. I need the cube for more height. So what I'll do is that... yoink the cube. Yeah. I need to do that in a better order. Huh? What? Am I not meant? That's weird. Oh, I can just myself walk through here. But... oh, because it was stuck... oh. I see now what I need to do. This one starts working a bit more nicely. That's close. Not the way they wanted you to do it, but it was our way to do it. But it's still stuck up there. So I haven't really solved anything. And what's the purpose of this? Oh. I didn't notice that. Well, that makes things a lot easier. I don't think this is the intended method to get into the beam, but that's how I do it at least. A bit of cheese has never hurt anybody. Dun, dun, dun. Let's walk through the valley. What you got for me, number 3? So I have a lot of things to play with. Okay. But what's even my end goal? So that's my end goal. So using these 2 beams, I'm basically just gonna move around the red laser. So I need one there and one there. Let's start with that one. And boom. You're going to need to connect it to those. Connect. And now I'm just gonna transport you all the way through. Oh. I see. That's not... I started you from the wrong starting point. So how do I get you down? Is there a ground plate anywhere? Do I actually have to reset the puzzle because of this? Because there's no ground plate? Or is there a way for me to get up there? I can elevate myself. Yeah, and that's enough. Okay, I can fix this. It's going to use this to grab it myself. This one, I want to start with from here. And then I let it auto-lock in, and then I push that in. Perfect. Now for this one, I'm going to keep the connections, but I'm going to add in that connection. You, I place down there. And do basically what I did with the other one. In fact, there's so much... Oh... Okay, so... Is there one of those guys? Sangrius or whatever it was called? On each...
What is freedom?
Yeah, it's Takeria. Is there one of them on every map as well?
Or share
There's
one's
a
customs.
lot of things to
No,
find on every map.
that is merely a more convenient servitude. Is it to have no obligations, no loyalties? No, that is not to be free, but to be alone. What of freedom from hunger and thirst. Here, we are closer to the truth. For freedom requires life. But one may have all the meat and all the wine in the world and still not be free. The most important freedom of all is the freedom to speak one's mind, to make one's thoughts public without fear, and so participate openly and boldly in democracy. It is the freedom of the dissenter and the gadfly, the rebel and the fool, that is the true measure of whether a city is free.
I could agree with a lot of that. Makes a lot of sense. Come on. There you go.
On my last return to New Jerusalem, I perused the latest artistic offerings and found myself deeply disappointed. There is nothing more despicable to me than an artist who pursues the appearance of morality. Moral art is trash, garbage, not even good enough to be used as wallpaper. If art is a religion, then morality is for those who want to be seen in church. True art is for those who believe. Art must be ecstatic, a work of revelation, created in pursuit of the truth, no matter where it leads. An artist must be an agent of chaos in times of order, and an agent of order in times of chaos.
That didn't look like Byron, at least.
Today, for the first time, I synthesized life. It was just a unicellular cyanobacterium, but the sheer complexity of even such a simple organism is breathtaking.
Indeed.
Creating it from pure energy, I was filled with a sense of awe and majesty. A sense that what I was doing was sacred. It made me think about the enormous power of life. 2.5 billion years ago, these simple beings terraformed the entire planet, creating the oxygen that underlies the Earth's incredible biodiversity, wiping out thousands of other species, but making the future possible.
You're very correct, Miranda. Even the most simple bacteria or bacterium is incredibly complex. Life is so complex in general. That's why we've struggled so much synthesizing it or really doing anything with it. Or like, making it work. Because it's not simple. It will never be simple. It's not supposed to be simple. It's supposed to be life. And all the complexities between. You don't have a fan I can snatch. Are there gravitational pulls for me? There is not. This is... I don't think this is changeable. So the question is just, how do I know. I know. Keep connections. That's why I could do so much from over here. Because this allows me to do that and have the cube. I have no clue which ones I've done and which ones I haven't done, because I've done them so out of order by chasing Prometheus and Melville. I found some average internet people. So 6 seems to be untouched and 4 is untouched as well, and there's 1 secret. Or I guess secret is always a bit of an exaggeration, but hey, it exists. It's a bonus. Bonus is a better word. Other side. Oh, so how do you two interact? That's what this entire puzzle is going to be about. Let's start by seeing what I have on the other side. I need both of those things on the other side. Need that. So what I believe I need to do is I need to put the driller, make the driller drill. Yes, I need to make the driller drill. I need to make this one do that. I would... Do I need to make the driller drill? Actually make the driller drill? Let's do this instead. Put you through. The driller can't go through its own hole, but it might be able to get sucked through its own hole. Although I don't know really how I'm gonna solve that part yet. I'm gonna begin with this part. So I can stand on this, or I could put the driller there. But I can't get the driller through its own hole. Or rather, I think I can get the driller through its own hole, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go back here, and we're gonna put the driller... Yep, the driller can get through its own hole. Oh no. Yeah, I need to disable you. Cool that I could also as well. But I guess it makes sense, because I could fall through it. In a previous world I have been falling through it, which is basically what I did there. So it makes sense. Number 4 is way over there. Do I have anything on... Oh, I've apparently seen a bonus stage without actually solving the bonus stage. Oh yeah, I've definitely been here. This is where I chased... I've gotta check this out first though. Oh? This is weird. Why don't these have any interactions with them? This is not the second time in a row there's been a purple cloud thing that doesn't go away when you enter it and doesn't really have any interactions when... Oh my, I'm lagging hard here. Wait, this is a way for me to get up here. Could have used the ladder, but okay. Why is this place so lagging? Am I like at the edge of something deloading? So it's supposed to have deload, but it's not deloading. I'm gonna do that from here. I'm gonna guess that's why it's a bit laggy here. It's supposed to deload something in the distance to save on RAM, but I'm just on the cusp of it actually doing that. So it's way too much loaded, but I don't know still why it would lag this consistently. But that's for a topic for another day. Now I need to fly up here. Fly up here. Thank you. Oh, this is a problem. And how do I solve this problem? That's curious. If I could get up here with this beam... Is this close enough to the ground for me to pick up a cube? It is not close enough to the ground for me to pick up the cube. Because otherwise what I was thinking is if I could get this... Wait, is that... That fan is detachable. But how do I get up here with a detachable fan? Is this where the point of the cube? Or not the point, but a point of the cube. Not sure if this is the intended solution, but it certainly does work. So now it's just all the way for number 4, I see no more question marks, I've done both of the statues, I've found straight Tejas, so the only thing I haven't found is the human relic, the Prometheus flame. Yeah, those two I haven't found. I think those are the only things I haven't found here. Well, speak of the human artifact. No, it's just the Prometheus flame I haven't found. And in a red landscape like this, it's going to be a nightmare to find it. But I'm not even sure it's going to count towards 100%ing the game. So I need an elevator to get up, and I need to get up on the other side. Or there's just an entrance here. This is just a puzzle that's on its side, come on. So where do I need to go? I'm going to go and get the cube, and then I'm gonna dislaunch my... I guess that makes things a bit different, because now with double jump I can just dislodge myself like that. Ultimately what I'm going to need to do is take this, take that. But I'm going to start with this. But I have nothing in here to gain, so what's even... Am I missing an element? I have to be missing an element. What can the cube do for me? The cube can give me elevated height, but it can't give me enough height. Yeah, and I can't do that, so I need to put this one in the actual mini puzzle maze or whatever to call it. But if there is not a second connector, how am I supposed to open this? To open that, I need the red. There was nothing in there. That's interesting that I can do this. There's nothing in there, right? No, there's not. Oh, that's so smart. That's what they mean with lateral thinking. Because I kept thinking in 2 dimensions, even when there was a 3rd dimension added. Still no clue what this is supposed to do, but... Yeah, that's a cool puzzle. I wish more of the puzzles in this area would have been like this. Like very lateral thinking. and using the anti-gravity to create three-dimensional puzzles instead of just transport item A from point A to point B using gravity beams, like funnel beams from Portal. Always gotta make sure I'm not missing an easy to spot Prometheus flame. This is an odd piece. Really odd piece. This is not doing anything. Let's do that. No, that's what I did. No, that's not what I did. All of this is wrong, so we start over again. Is going this far away maybe the solution because of how odd this piece is? It's kinda close actually. So if the first piece wouldn't have gone that far away, that could have been it. Which probably means I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna take this weird piece. Because this is a bit shorter. Then I'm gonna take that piece, go and do that. That should be it. Yep. Any Prometheus flames here? Any Prometheus flame enjoyers? I do not see any Prometheus flame enjoyers. But this one's very different. It's just not immediately seeing the laser, there's actually a place for me to walk around. Hello, Pandora.
The philosopher Straton of Stagira had little respect for the gods, and instead placed his faith in Prometheus. Driven by hubris, he asked questions that must not be asked, and revealed secrets that should have remained hidden. It is said that for these offenses, he was put to death by the people of his city. Can you see the folly of his actions?
I don't know exactly what his methods were. I mean, I guess asking Prometheus is not really the best method to pursue the truth.
Then what methods do you propose he should have used? Many came before Straton whose methods were gentler. They achieved nothing. His folly was not born of ignorance, but it was folly nonetheless. Consider this as you approach the flame. You say this, and yet entire empires have been built on dreams, lies, and illusions. Do you truly believe such a world could be built?
Well, that's not what I said. Also, we're just talking empires, we're not talking the entire world, Pandora.
I used to think so too. No, no. All is lost.
Seems like we are breaking her. Now the curiosity is, why can I explore this much?
Well, that was surprisingly calm, given how aggressive Pandora has been elsewhere. I didn't think she'd even want to talk to you.
I've toyed with the idea that the entities might be epiphenomenal in some way. Instead of causing the changes in the system, maybe they just respond to them.
Yes, that's definitely true. We noticed that with how they all started talking about Byron. In a different manner, of course, but they talked about Byron nonetheless.
I remember when I was quite young, I was having trouble figuring out what I wanted to do. I wanted to see the outside world, but even back then, that wasn't really encouraged. I ran into Byron on Jameson Avenue, completely by accident, and I was too nervous to talk to him. I mean, he was one of the first companions. But he noticed me, and we started talking, and he was really encouraging. Introduced me to Garrus, and took me along on an expedition to the quarries in the mountains. Whatever flaws he may have, Byron cares about people. He changed my life.
Yep. That's Byron in a nutshell.
Also noticed the architecture in South 1 was really nice, but here in South 2 it was pretty meh, and here it's...
So, here it looks like there should
Not
be
too
an
good either.
anti-gravity elevator, but it's locked down. I'll need you to connect to the data stream again. I'm really sorry, 1K. I know it's a risk, but I think it'll be worth it.
Okay, so this is Miranda and Athena.
Have you seen
Oh,
Miranda's
Cornelius.
design for a transport system that would connect all the labs to the machine?
It's amazing, isn't it? I think she's really excited about showing this place to people one day. She also kept asking me about what kind of monuments we could build, you know, to really transform the landscape, show the possibilities.
But her capsules only fit one person.
It's just the first iteration. Give her some time. She'll figure it out. Remember how many mistakes we made in the beginning, even with all the blueprints we had?
But that's not my point. It just worries me that she lacks context. Her imagination is incredible, but it's still limited by what she hasn't experienced.
Would it have been better if she'd been raised in New Jerusalem? If her mind was limited by self-hate and decay? If all she could imagine was sitting around ignoring the universe in favor of self-righteous solipsism?
No, but... I don't know.
Sorry. You're not wrong. We can't stay hidden forever.
She really hates New Jerusalem, which I think it's funny considering how they all in New Jerusalem at least talk about, oh, we're doing this exactly as the founder said. Nah, fam, you ain't. I wonder if these rotating platforms are going to be what this entire puzzle is about. So we have blue and an inverter, so I can make red, but that doesn't help because I need a combiner. Look, I found a combiner. And now the question is just... yeah, I think this is what I want to do. I don't want to use the blue, I want to use that. Because boom, 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 boom. So just rotating clockwise was exactly what I should have done. Was there a... no, I actually gotta rotate this again. This is also South 3, so I'm quite curious what the next megastructure is going to be. Well, in the next megastructure section. Because it's 100% going to be in the next stream, but that's something to look forward to. It's something to look forward to Tuesday. This just reeks of lab. No, it's a data stream. Not data stream, but a data terminal. This does not bode well. How far out am I going to have to search for something random? Right, the riches. No reaction from
This one
Melba?
seems to be corrupted. It's almost like something tried to delete it as you were downloading it. Pandora, maybe.
Sounds a bit curious. I wonder if...
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets in my ball bearings.
Nice Star Wars reference. But what I was going to... Oh no, I'm gonna have to get down there for most of the puzzles. But what I was gonna say is maybe getting that schematic after I pretty much beaten the game, main game, would have yielded a different result. But who knows? Maybe not, maybe not. Maybe I'm just a dreamer. A wild believer. So I can once again rotate. Which is... Oh no. These statues being here usually means we're gonna have to maybe do something really obnoxious. Maybe it is a Sphinx moment. Let's start by rotating clockwise and see what I can get. I can get you. But the blue beam is a bit stuck. So I think what I'll do is counterclockwise twice. Which will allow me to hook up the red and get me what I need, the second connector. I can get a third connector as well, which... Ooh, that's gonna be nice. Boom, boom. Continue counterclockwise. Let's start like that. No, let's... do this to get a third one. Drop all of you in here. You're gonna stay like this. No, the problem I'm gonna have with this is... I'm gonna do you like that. Because now, if I spin counterclockwise, I can easily do this. Actually, I can do this. Which will allow me to not steal, but take that. And this is also self-sufficient, which is perfect. So one more counterclockwise and that's the puzzle. Right, doesn't look like there's anything here, it's just random decoration. I don't see anything on the table either.
Sending you the coordinates.
I remember in the first game that one of the secrets in the desert world, or I guess ancient Egypt world, was way off in the distance. Like, you couldn't even see it, you had to pretty much run and hope to discover it. But at least there was a reason to run in that direction, because if I remember correctly, it was in the direction of the Sphinx. So at least it would be like, oh, I want to explore the Sphinx, and on the way you will notice, oh, there's a secret here. But I don't see any hallmark monuments, and then things just kind of end, but that's probably because of load distance. Is that that's Pandora, right? So there's a Pandora here? It's the first red Pandora. Yeah, that's curious. Why did it change it up? Now the question is just, what puzzle could realistically reach it? I don't think puzzles 2 could. I don't think it's in the loading distance. Maybe puzzle 3 can. So let's try that. Let's see where it takes us. I mean, the conditions are very simple, it's just, does the red beam exist here? I'm not actually seeing any... I haven't seen any new mechanics in this one either. Actually. Oh, elevator. So there is a new mechanic. It's a unique mechanic. But this one does not have a ray, so maybe puzzle 2 was supposed to hook up to Pandora. I'm gonna have to go back for that in a second. Huh? The other one closes as well. So I need to be here and activate it in hindsight. I'm going to put the teleporter here so I can keep getting back here, most likely. Okay, no, so it will do that as well. So what I actually need to do is put the teleporter on this platform. Right? Yeah. So first, let's get the box up here. It's not what I wanted. So now I want to be here. But I want to teleport it to be... Yeah. I do want my teleporter to be here, actually. Because with this... I can do boom. 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 Nice. Cool puzzle. But no beams.
The particle clouds continue to be exactly the same.
No beams and not even close to being a beam. And there's a Sphinx, of course there's a Sphinx. And we have a path here, which almost guaranteed means we need to follow the path. Question is this a bonus puzzle or is this the lab? It looks too big to be the lab, but it looks weird for being a bonus puzzle. But I'm going to assume it's a bonus puzzle. It's a bonus puzzle. Good to know. Transfer. So what do I need to transfer? I guess machinery is just in general motion is the gimmick of this one, because I was otherwise going to say the first puzzle didn't really have any form of this, but it did have a rotating platform. Anyhow, beam connect. You know, as all the good memers say, beam connect. Old meme, but hey, since when a meme is current? Oh, excuse me, no clue what that was. Right, and the entire puzzle is just going to be to use this to move these two laser beams around. So it doesn't look like it's gonna be the most creative. I'm gonna keep connections. Might as well hook that up as well. So I'm gonna put that down there. Right. Using this, I do have the ability to pull it like that, I would think. Yeah. Yeah, could it have been don't really need this, I can't do that on myself. I know how I would have escaped this one. Taking this one out. That's exactly how I would have done it. So let's do that. Now I can jump up here, take connector, add that one, and c'est la puzzle. Oh right, this one, Pandora. Can I see Pandora from here? Pandora would be this direction? I couldn't really see Pandora. Okay, she's way over there and she's facing the wrong direction as well. So I'm gonna do number 4 and then I'm gonna loop back to number 2. I'm gonna do the lab first. No, it's number 1, not number 2. No, actually it might be puzzle 2 I need to go to. I didn't look at the Sphinx, so I have no clue actually what I'm even supposed to be looking for and where I'm supposed to be looking for it. Might have been a grave mistake. Because I might just accidentally stumble upon it. This is suddenly ruined. So what happened?
There are entirely too many strange things going on around here.
Why is it this ruined? And why are the rocks floating?
We failed. Everything we thought we were doing. It's all ashes now.
I don't think you really believe that.
She's gone, Cornelius. She's gone because I failed her. She's gone because the machine that I built killed her. She was perfect. And now, she's nothing.
I know you don't want to hear this. I know you want her to be perfect, to be blameless. But you didn't kill her, Athena. She killed herself. She killed herself because she was reckless, because she was naive, and frankly, because she was a little arrogant too.
She was reckless because I filled her head with dreams. Dreams of the future, of a better world. A world that nobody wants.
No, it's not the dreams that killed her. It's that we brought her here. It's that we tried to build all this outside the city. We raised her without people, without society. The wilderness is for prophets, Athena, not for children. We should have stayed, fought for our ideas.
It's too late now. It's too late.
That's sad. That explains why everything is so ruined here.
They lost their daughter. Right here in this ruin, Cornelius and Athena lost their daughter. Miranda's dead. So even the founder doesn't have perfect control over this technology. Even the founder makes mistakes. Byron was right in a way. We turned the founder into something she never was. She was never perfect.
Of course
she was
not.
never infallible.
She was like any of you.
Listen, I understand why you and Byron see so much hope in this technology. You want us to be better, to grow. But what if it all goes wrong? If even the founder couldn't get it right, what hope do we have?
You're still treating the founder like she is so much smarter than everybody else combined.
But what if one mistake is enough? One mistake was enough to kill Miranda, and the energy readings from inside the megastructure are insane. What if we try to use it and blow a hole in the planet?
Well, so many of these are good, but I want to say so many of them at the same time. So although so many of these are good, so many of these are also ones I want to expand upon. The universe is inherently dangerous. A major natural disaster is always coming your way. Considering they've been living for centuries though, I would presume they're not really in an earthquake-prone, or tsunami-prone, or hurricane-prone, or lightning storm-prone place. If we ever consider the worst case scenario, we do nothing and then still die. That is true. That is true, because what is needed, because of how secluded or how closed down and closed-minded everything has been in New Jerusalem, to save New Jerusalem, you have to take a gamble on something that is not within these limits. Faith in species? Nah. Never put faith in the species. The planet will be fine in the long run, true, because it doesn't matter what we do. And it's right that precautions are for this. This is why we're so much more... we can be so much more careful than what Miranda was. We can avoid repeating a mistake. We can take things at a slower pace. We can take it at a controlled pace. Instead of just diving headfirst and trying to solve all of the world's problems in a single day. which was ultimately Miranda's downfall. She was unhinged. There was never anybody stopping her from being unhinged. So what am I gonna say here? I think this one is the worst one. I don't know if it's because of things I said in the past, but when he grouped me up with Byron of accepting this new technology, maybe that line would have been different. Like maybe he would have said, oh, you and Al are right, this is really dangerous, if I had sided more with Al. But that's irrelevant now. This one doesn't really help address the current. So I'm going to go with what addresses the current, which is, we need to do something. It's going to be risky, but we need to do something. Because currently, what we're doing is not working.
That may be so, but what if this time it's justified? What if the megastructure really is just a catastrophe
they do?
waiting
That's
to
what
happen?
I suspected, Spire, but thank you for confirming.
I do tend to get a bit obsessive. And you're right, nothing's really safe. Unless we choose to be sane. We don't need the megastructure to destroy ourselves. Anyway, thanks for talking to me.
Always Yakut.
The truth is, lately, I sometimes feel kind of lost. The universe is vast and threatening. History is depressing, and I need something to hold on to. Something other than fear. I have to figure out what that is.
Yeah, speaking of that, I should probably update myself on this social media stuff. Okay, can't really do anything there. Here I can answer. Okay, what is this? Taste buds. I think Thekla is a bit right. There's no inherent need for it. There's no inherent need for the taste buds because these don't need to consume. Can they even eat things? Like, do they even have some form of a stomach? So I think I'm going to go with Thekla. The ability to explore with the taste buds can be a slippery slope. For humans, there were things that were poisonous. But that is not the case here. The limits are barely there if the taste buds were developed for these robots. Which is going to be a very big problem. There is no way for nature to adapt to protect itself. Yeah. It's a Frenchman. I mean, it's not a frog, it's not a Frenchman, it's not an eyeball inside a giant robot. It's not a guy shooting a laser beam from his eyes, so it's going to be a person trapped in a maze desperately looking for a way out, so it's Arena, I have to agree with. Okay, research. What research do I have? So new here. Gravity manipulation. Oh. I've noticed this pillar, but I didn't think there was actually going to be anything related to them. one more research. There we go. Stream is reaching its closing point though. So I think what I'm gonna do...
Thanks for your help, 1K. The elevator should be working now. And Yakut, I'm sorry about Miranda. I know you're looking forward to meeting her.
Why is there a question mark here? Yeah. I'm going to see... This is not the puzzle I was thinking about, having a view. It could be that I need to... It is a puzzle... Oh yeah, that was puzzle 1, it's puzzle 2 I always wanted to do. I wonder what the question mark is. But can I spot Pandora from here? I can spot Pandora from here. It's going to be so difficult to aim that though. But I can do it. Most likely I can. It will help auto. It will help with a bit of aim assistance. Is this? I guess this is the second bonus. Right, I guess we'll do the second bonus and we'll try to do Pandora, and that's it for today, because there's no way I can just ignore this. It's a puzzle. And puzzles are meant to be solved. Convolution. I wish I was better at English to know the textbook definition of convolution. So that raises my platform. This gives me access to this, which for now I think is the best thing I can do. So hook those two up, and that gives me this. So getting blue is going to be the difficult part, which is what the platform is going to be for. So I'll connect that. I might as well connect that even though it's not gonna work. Place you on there. And then do that. Well, that didn't... I thought... Yeah, I expected you to raise yourself way higher than that. Because that actually turns you kind of useless. And there's no inner way for me to keep this gate open. Get the star the intended way, but... So, and I'm going to presume what you mean is actually solving this, because there's not really stars, like it's in the first game. That's interesting. So people always needed help? Or found an unintended... Oh, the Pandora star. Okay, that's very interesting information. Because it should be aimable from Puzzle 2. Difficult, but it should be aimable. But it could also be that it's supposed to be gotten from one of the puzzles way down. Yeah. I mean, even though the stream is not that high resolution, I am playing on 4K, so it might be easier if you have higher resolution. There are more pixels for me to render and aim at. Anyway, yeah. That's gonna be the beauty, isn't it? Science. It's going to be unpredictable. So now I gotta figure out how to do this. This one raises high enough for it to get the blue beam, but it does not raise high enough to actually be useful like that. So I need... There's no way for me to get through here currently without the red beam, which requires this to be on. Or maybe that one is not supposed to be blue. Maybe it's supposed to be an alternate red. Because it's always when you make assumptions that you start getting focused. Okay, that was not what I was supposed to do. I could myself get on it. but I don't see why I would do that. Right now, it feels like what I'm missing is a particular crucial puzzle element. The reason this one looks like this is probably I'm going to need to charge it with a blue light, and then I'm going to put it here, and then I'm going to use a connector through the accumulator together with this, and that's the end solution to get that. Now that means essentially all I want to do is to power this. And that does not require me to be able to go through here. Meaning I have both of these available. Like that. I can do that. Yeah. Come on. Like that. And that should power the accumulator. It does power the accumulator. And now what I can do is I can take this, hook it up to the accumulator itself, and make it self-sufficient. Perfect. Because now I can yoink that, get back the red, take this, power itself, so it's now even more self-sufficient, and that's this puzzle. Talking out loud is way more useful than I thought it would be. Right. So, last thing to do for today. Try to reach Pandora through Puzzle 2. But Spire, if you're still around, how do we know what is the intended way? Like, has the puzzle designer come out officially and said that this is the intended way to do Pandora here? Because there has to be some way to discern what is intended and unintended. Alright. Gotcha. Okay, so first let's try to find in what the direction Pandora. Pandora is over there. Well, I did not expect it to be this closed. Well, okay, I can definitely not do Pandora from puzzle 2. It's way too closed off. There's no way for me to get any form of elevation or a good angle or anything. Okay, so my idea was completely useless. Which means one of two things. One... Yeah. Alright, that's good to know. So my current thoughts are then... twofold. But Pandora is so far away. But I'm always assuming... So, Puzzle 2 is too blocked off. Puzzle 3 didn't have any connectors at all in it, which makes it terrible for this... Oh, purple shadow. But that makes it terrible, so what I think is... Either I can somehow angle to Pandora from one of these puzzles down here, or there is a relay somewhere. But if there is a relay somewhere, I start to then wonder, why is it not immediately hooked up to Pandora? Well, let's go for this data stream with Athena and Cornelius.
She's remarkable, isn't she? She sees so much beauty in everything.
She is, you're right. But I'm not sure she doesn't see too much beauty.
Is it wrong to be delighted by the perfection of the universe? To look at what surrounds us and experience awe instead of just fear?
No, but to call it perfection implies a kind of moral value that it doesn't have. The universe is cold, Athena. It doesn't care about us, or about life, or civilization. It fundamentally cannot care. But Miranda seems to think it's almost benevolent, purposeful.
You're right. But have you considered that maybe she sees something we can't see? A step ahead? You know, Cornelius, If we succeed, the next generation will not be like us. They might see the world in ways we never could have imagined. Maybe she's the first sign of that.
I hope so. I really do, Athena. You know that I love her, and I am perpetually amazed that this being we created that came solely from our minds is so profoundly different and unique. That does strike me as a kind of miracle. But it's also a huge responsibility, and I worry about our choices.
I'm currently just doing this because I feel like... Might as well do that. I am not sure how I'm supposed to get down without dying. I mean, maybe this stream is it, but it looks like it's going in the opposite direction. But okay, I guess this is how I'm supposed to get down. Question is then, there was a Sphinx, I remember that, so I think what I'm gonna do instead of trying to solve Pandora this time is I'm going to try to locate the Sphinx again. It's difficult when you don't really see the stars on the map. Oh, I never finished puzzle 4? Maybe puzzle 4 is the... There's the Sphinx at least. Maybe puzzle 4 is the key to Pandora. No, it can't be. It doesn't have vision of it. Oh gosh. I hate these. So there are 3 levers. I mean, usually that's what you think in puzzle games like this. That the solution you find is actually the correct one. And some puzzles are meant to have several solutions and all of them being correct. So anyway, these are the puzzles. I believe this is number 4. Suddenly looks like number 4. Which means on the other side of number 4 I'm supposed to find something there. But I do have it. No, yeah, I do have it. So let's try to find that, and that will be the end of this stream. Because I have really gone over time, and I've got to make myself some dinner. Even though it's past 8 PM. I'll do number 4 next stream. Wait, this is a path... Oh, that's the pathway to the lab. So somewhere here, there's supposed to be something. Lever... Button... Right? No, this one doesn't look right. Is this puzzle 4? It's front loaded, so it has like 2 wings from the front. At the front. Which makes it more like this or this. Yeah. That would be nice, Spire. I gotta figure out. It's rather flat on the back. It's not a square. It's a bit thinner than the front. I think this is actually number 4. But which one is number 3 then? Anyway, I don't think I'm really gonna... I don't think I'm really gonna do this this time, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your morning, day, evening, or whatever time it is for you. And I will see you in the next one. So yeah, until then, take care.